Hello and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Joe.
And I'm Luke.
And today we're drinking a beer by Small Gods called Rejoice! Exclamation.
Yeah, the exclamation mark is very important and essential part of the title of this beer.
Yeah, so this is a raspberry and cherry imperial pastry stout, 9%.
Yeah.
And a lot of fruit went into this, didn't it?
Good beer to enjoy in the sunshine.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Small Gods is me and my friend Matt, who couldn't join us today, sadly, but we'll just take all the glory for it. He didn't have much to do with this beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, Small Gods is us, and we just like making interesting beers. This is actually the 50th beer that Small Gods has released. We do a whole load of collaborations. We're inspired by history, by theology, mythology, with our names and the stories behind our beers, and the actual beers themselves are inspired by, we get a lot of inspiration from culinary stuff, historic beer styles, European beer styles, and this is part of our festive trilogy. So each year, in the middle of summer, we like to release 3 big boozy beers that are inspired by sort of Northern Hemisphere Christmas time and cake and desserts. So this is part of a trilogy of beers. So you've got Rejoice, there's also Glory and Hark. So get your hands on those ones. In fact, we've got some on the Beer Jerk website at the moment, so this might be your last chance to get some just in time for Christmas. The fridge and flagon is open on Friday and Saturday. If you want to get some to enjoy with your Christmas dinner and celebrations, you can grab some. And yeah, we just love making big boozy stouts.
Yeah, at the perfect time of year to drink them.
Yeah, we kind of don't pay much attention to the seasons and styles that are popular around the seasons. But even when we do, it's almost like we like to do the opposite. We like to zag when people zig. And as a drinker, there aren't many people making big boozy beers in the middle of summer. And I like drinking big boozy beers in the middle of summer. So hopefully there's a few more people out there that are like me that will want to be drinking these beers.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're enjoying drinking this tonight. And it's a pastry stout, which are a relatively recent phenomenon, eh?
Yeah, I suppose, I mean, milk stout's a very old style, and sort of in the 2000s you had a lot of milk stouts sort of starting to get a bit sweeter.
Yeah.
Brewers like McKellar with Beer Geek Breakfast.
Yeah.
Sort of adding coffee and oats, and yeah, then sort of a few years ago the term pastry stout was coined. I think some internet commentators were almost using it as a piss take against this phenomenon of stouts sort of, you know, having all these different ingredients chucked in and being a bit silly. And now it's sort of cottoned on, and almost every brewery has a pastry stout or has done a pastry stout.
I think from memory of those times, the phrase pastry stout was definitely used as a derogatory term. It was like a meme. It was just definitely a joke sort of thing. But then it actually became its own beer style, which is really funny and great. And yeah, as you say, milk stouts have been around for at least 100 years. And did they have Coronation Street in New Zealand?
I believe so, yeah. Shortland Street, Coronation Street.
So you might know Ina Sharples, the older viewers amongst us. Remember this old lady in Coronation Street in The Rover's Return? She'd always have a milk stout, and milk stouts were definitely known as like an old lady drink, sort of through until the 90s and noughties, really. You'd have like Mackeson's milk stout, which is a 3%, just as a sweet, fortifying, sort of nice treat of a drink, really. But it definitely was so old-fashioned, so just not a thing anyone would be seen drinking unless you were Ina Sharples or just someone that, you know, knows what you like. And yeah, as so often has happened with things like Goza is a really great example, and also saisons, things that are brought back from the brink. And then with the craft beer brewers just really dialing up to 11 by just adding so much lactose. And it's been fun to see here in New Zealand brewers making more beers with more lactose.
Yeah, of course, the Liquid Cake series that's sort of starting up with Three Sisters. They're on, I think they just announced the 3rd today.
Those guys are nailing it, yeah.
Yeah, our advent calendar got a sneak preview of number 3.
Yeah, that was in the advent calendar, brilliant.
And yeah, I mean, Garage Project are always doing things like that. Yes.
Well, we at BOTW we do a bit of importing. So breweries like Moondog that we've been importing for years, and we brought those guys over and set them up with a collaboration with Duncan's. And I think that they'd already done their whippy by then, but I think that really was sort of the start of Duncan's. Just realising that he could just put loads of lactose in everything, and there would be people that would be into that. And yes, and similarly with Small Gods. So in the previous years, we've done things like I remember Santa, which was a beer we did a couple of years ago.
One coconut in every can.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we had last year was our big sweet Christmas beer was the Balthazar, so chocolate rumble imperial stout, which is another really fun one. So this is out of the 3 Christmas beers that we do. This is definitely the sweeter one of them, and it's nice cherry raspberry. I think the sort of the berry kind of cuts through the sweetness. It's not as extreme as like this was just like drinking a Bounty bar, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
which was
so
super
much
fun.
coconut, so much chocolate. But yeah, this has that nice sort of berry cherry acidity because you used sweet and sour cherry, didn't you? Yeah, which kind of it's fun to have something that is just like pure liquid cake, which we love with the Three Sisters, but also and some of these previous ones. But it is nice to sort of temper the sweetness with a bit of tartness, with a small amount of acid you get from the raspberry, the tart cherry. It's incredibly drinkable for its 9%. We're sitting out on a sunny, hot, humid day, and I'm enjoying it.
It's going down, yeah. And it is it's a bit red in colour as well.
Yeah, lovely sort of ruby hue.
If you hold it up to the bright light, there's a bit of nice red colour to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice to have another festive trilogy. It is a beer that's going to age well as well. So if you are thinking about grabbing a few more for the cellar, this is going to taste really fantastic next Christmas. So Matt, the other Small God, his mum always stocks up on our Christmas beers, and she makes Christmas puddings out of them. So hot tip from Hilary there. If you're a bit of a baker, definitely grab some for the cupboard to bake with next Christmas time. But yeah, a nice summery Christmas time festive beer.
Yeah. Yes. I suppose that's the best way to say it. It's a summery pastry stout, summery imperial stout.
But probably best enjoyed after dark. It is a beer. I mean, it tastes great cold, but it's going to be better warmed up. So it's definitely one to nurse and sort of sip over half an hour or 2 and let it warm up, hold it in your hands, and enjoy a delicious flavour journey. Cheers. We will see you again next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.